Hello there folks, and welcome back to the In-Stock Takedown, where, after waiting literally months, I have finally got round to A, receiving, and B, reviewing the Legends of Lucha Libre. I think they're Premium Series 1 and the additional accessory sets. So, yeah, these are figures released by Boss Fight Studios. And yeah, it's been a bit of a pain getting them shipped to the UK, VAT issues and everything. But yeah, we're finally here with Boss Fight Studios. So we have ourselves, let's start off quickly having a quick look at the accessory packs before we get them open. So we have the Lucha Extrema accessory kit. Looks like it's got a steel chair, 2x4 nightstick, a dog collar, which is a cinder block microphone, and what looks like a spare head. I don't know quite what the situation is there. The Lucha de la Muerte accessory pack, which pretty grim. It's got a Singapore cane kendo stick, a barbed wire baseball, a fluorescent light tube, one of those weird sickle things with the yeah, I've seen these before. Barbed wire. Looks like there's another nightstick at the back, and what looks like a board, possibly for the barbed wire. I think the board, yes, the board has come loose in packaging. But, and yes, of course, an extra head as well. Take a quick look at the packaging. Legends of Lucha Libre, Boss Fight Studios in the bottom there. Very nice packaging. Collect them all. Create your favourite Lucha Libre Extreme matches. And there you go. So, what we got? Folding chair, dog collar and chain, custom heads, yeah. Add to the fun with other great accessory set, which we do indeed have. Which is all of that. Cool. Very nice, very nice. So, packaging looks good. Boss Fight Studios looks like they've done a decent job. Let's take a look at Rey Fenix. And we'll have a look at Penta El Cielo Miro later. So, a quick look in the packaging. Yeah, we've got Legends of Lucha Libre. Picture of Phoenix in the bottom there. Fairly decent packaging, decent layout. Nice big photos there. And actual images of the toys on the back. I have to say, I'll give them credit for that. You know, it's not just, oh, we've got standard stock photos. This is, you know, full thing. And we've got, you know, in Mexican and English. Mexican, Spanish, dumbass. You've got height, weight, where they reside, debuting, and the finishing moves. Oh, yes. I like. Boss Fight has definitely gone to town. And I'll tell you what, if it weren't for the ridiculous shipping fees, so far, so good. I'm liking these. But you know the situation here. We may like the packaging, we may like the displays, but how do they feel once they're out? Well, I'll tell you what, join me in a second and we'll do exactly that. Let's get these sumbitches out of the box. Okay, quick note before we get into the actual figures. The boxes they were sent in were fantastic because there's no tape, there's no damage to the box. They came out nice and easy. Lovely bit of cardboard, so yeah, for anyone who's interested in keeping these in box, but also wants to get out and have a fiddle with them, these are perfect for display purposes. Completely reusable packaging, no problem whatsoever. Top-notch quality there, Boss Fight Studio. Onto the actual figures though, and the first thing I noticed when I got them out of the box is that they feel quite small and that joints can be quite stiff. But let's have a closer look and see what we can do. Do have a look at, and oh my goodness, I love this head sculpt for Phoenix. Oh, this Rey Fenix is awesome. Look at that. Okay, yep, that's a bit. Oh, that is very flimsy. Yeah, that's going to come off with any sort of extended play. So probably for display purposes, these figures. That's yeah. Okay, so the base of the mask is literally just a red head, and this extra piece here, the gold and the white and the cross and everything, that's an extra piece. You can just see where it's sort of glued on. You can just sort of see it there. But otherwise, no, that's a fantastic head sculpt. That is fabulous. Take a look at the rest of the body. You can see amazing detailing on all of these tattoos. That is incredible, even on the hands. Oh yeah, get right up in there. All of that detailing is gorgeous. Even the colours on the tattoos. They're a bit bright for actual tattoos, but they're not bad at all. Let's take a quick look at the ring gear before I take a look at articulation. And yeah, still fantastically bright colours, well designed. Nothing on the boots, which is fine. Oh, my ring light seems to have died a death, never mind. And yeah, that is looking gorgeous. In terms of articulation, we've got ourselves a ball joint head. Looks pretty good. We've got additional movement in the torso and the shoulders there, as long with your standard ball joint there. Bit stiff. Arms, yeah, rotational. Are they double jointed? I can't see because of the elbow pad, but yes, they are double jointed elbow joints. Fully articulated hands. Do they fold down? No, they do not. They fold that way. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. Does it work on that one? The wrist pads are in the way. I can't really see how they're articulated. I think they're just twisting and not fully jointed. Yep. Full ball joint there, and that's also full ball joint waist. What we got here? Got a ball joint on the hip and an extra bit of articulation on the leg to try and give them an extra bit of movement. Oh, look how south that robbery is. Yeah, I'm doing that, and it's completely misshaping that pelvis part. That's not so good. Double knee joints, not separate knee pads, but that's fine. They're just moulded on. And the boots, yeah, 1 point of articulation. Yeah, just 1 point of articulation on the boot there. That's not bad, all things considered. Pretty good as far as everything goes. What does he come with? What does Phoenix come with? Are you going to stand up for me, Phoenix? Phoenix, there we go, thank you. So, he's got himself 2 additional open hands. 1 for each, obviously with tattoos included. And yeah, you can see on here, oh no, they have got articulation on the hands. They're just very small and very stiff. Not so sure on them. And he also comes with 2 closed fists as opposed to the 2 wanking claws. Oh, go on then, let's replace a left hand. Because anyone who's watched these before knows these are the bane of my existence, replacing body parts in these figures, because I hate them. Oh my god, that is so stiff. That joint looks grim. I don't like this. I'm going to snap everything. Oh, it's just all going to break. I don't like it. Oh, okay, is that in? It might go in further. I'm not going to risk it. I hate replacing these body parts. It looks like it should go in further, but I'm literally not going to push it any further because I'm so worried I'm going to break it. It also comes with a separate head, this time with a bit of a grimace, as opposed to the standard face, but otherwise it's exactly the same. Oh, not exactly the most amazing of additional heads, but it's an additional head. I'm going to have to replace the head, aren't I? Oh, okay. Oh, that come off nice and easy. Okay, so these are different to most normal wrestling figure replaceable heads in that they come, rather than taking the head off, you actually have the neck to put into the body, as opposed to the other way around. Oh god, that goes in deep. That goes in deep, man. Oh, this is not going to be fun. Oh no, this is not going to go well. Because it's in deeper, I've got less control over where it ends up in the neck joint. Oh, is that in? That feels like that's in. Okay, right, fine. That wasn't terrible. I'm still not a fan of swapping heads, but as far as swapping heads go, that wasn't too bad. I can pretty much live with that. So yeah, fairly stiff, fairly, but not the worst thing in the world, especially in terms of replaceable parts. And just quickly, before we move on, have a quick look at the Singapore cane. That looks pretty good. Nice big kendo stick, lovely jubbly. It's fairly stiff, actually. It's fairly good. It feels, I know it's plastic, but it feels like wood. And it feels like it should give someone a good thwacking, which is nice. Always good. Bad boy. Bad. Right, we've had a fiddle with the ring light. Hopefully, I've got something different, temporary set up. Hopefully this works. So having a look at Penta. Yeah, I do like that face. That's very much Penta. The deep sunk eyes on that mask and detailing on his face paint on his chin and mouth. That's really nice. That's really good. This bit's quite flexible. I'm trying to see where it's stuck on. You can kind of see the glue there. There's a moulding line there. I'm having trouble seeing exactly where the mould was, so that's really nice. I'm not sure why these figures have the little notch in their back. It would help if it was in shot, Timus. Little notch in their backs. Not quite sure on that, but it's a thing they have. Yeah, same articulation, so I won't go over that. Still pretty stiff. Smell my pits. Doing a nasty boys. Yeah, the torso is moulded. All the body armour on the torso is moulded on, which is really, really nice. Same thing with the tattoos, they're all lovely done. You can see the double elbow joint better than you could on Phoenix. These wristbands are actually moulded, they're actually separate bits, they're not just moulded on, they are actual separate wristband things, which is nice. Gloves look good. Yep, looking good so far. On the back, looking good. Again, bright colours on these tattoos on this arm and even on the elbow joint, which is nice. And under the arm, absolutely gorgeous. The loincloth bit is a nice separate piece. I'm looking for the join. The join's right there in the front. Would help if I had it in frame. So yeah, that's probably just glued on there. Again, probably won't last much with extended play, but are you really spending this much on things to play with, or are you just using them for display? Yeah, that's going to come right off. That literally will last. That's already starting to bend and snap off, and I've only had it out of the packaging for the content of this video. Detailing his legs seems to let him down. It's got lovely, well detailed torso, nice and shiny and moulded. Here it's just like literal flat paint, and it doesn't even look that good. I mean, you compare to the oh god, these joints are stiff. Yeah, you compare that to his side there, and you've got that there. Even the knee pads, you know, they look pretty flat by comparison. Is it different plastic they've used to mould? Yes, probably. Have they cheaped out on the painting? I don't know. Boots, similar design to the bottoms. Yeah, fair enough. Can we focus? I know we like Phoenix, but we're on Penta right now. So, it's not a bad figure. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad figure overall. I'm just literally picking of the nits at this point because, you know, you want a full review, this is a full review, and I'm going to be critical of everything I do see. You gotta stand up for me. Why do these figures always have such an arsey problem with standing up? Right. Okay. So, in addition to the actual figure itself, we've got two open hand... Ooh, again, helps if they're in frame. Two open hand gloves, very nicely designed, all very good. And they also have the classic 𝙎𝙎-𝙎𝙎, yes, hands as well. So yes, you can do the full Penta El 𝙎𝙎. I can't not. I've got to have Penta with the classic. I hate doing hands. I hate doing hands. I hate doing heads. I hate doing hands. But it's out. And let's get his legendary taunting hand in. Oh, it's a good thing he doesn't come with a pointy finger, because otherwise I would absolutely be doing the in and out of the thumb and forefinger thing, you know, implying humpy times. Oh god. No, that's not in. That's not in. That's not in. Okay, that's as far as in as it's going to go. And now we have the 𝙎𝙎-𝙎𝙎 pose. Right, fantastic. In addition to the hands, we also have the war-torn head, which fucking looks beastly. It's amazing. Obviously, different colour mask. I don't know when this was designed for or from, but yeah, same thing, different colour scheme. But just that war-torn, busted mask, ideal for, you know, one of his hardcore wars that he's had over all this time. And it just looks, reminds me of those Aztec sort of ghost things, you know, proper full-on ancient warrior thing. I'm not going to swap the head. I like this head. And this one's especially good if you're having a specific display, or you're going to, you know, whatever. Basically, I like the head, but for me, I'm going to keep classic Penta head on. And he comes with a light. I like this light tube. Probably more interesting than the Singapore Cane, because this is the first time I've ever seen a fully distributed light tube. It's one piece of plastic, I think. Yes, I do believe this is all one mould, and it's just got a little bit of silver paint, and it's like, even got the little connecting nodules on the end. And it's like, oh, they might be put on, because they're wonky. No, they're not wonky, they're exactly the same. No, I think it is just one bit of thing, but it's plenty stiff. If you want to snap it, you could. I don't recommend it, because it looks the business, and it looks pretty sweet. So yeah, I'm... Overall, right, let's take a quick look at these figures before we move on to the accessory packs. For the price Boss Fight Studios are charging for these, you get plenty of bang for your buck. Yeah, I mean, yeah, joints are stiff, and head swapping and hand swapping's a bit if, but it's always been a bit if, no matter what you do and where you get them from. The accessories, the hands, the weapons, and the additional heads, yeah, no, fantastic. If you can afford to get hold of these without too much in terms of shipping, because that can be a bitch, yeah, these are fantastic, fantastic figures. Let's have a quick look and compare them to some of the other wrestling figures you'd standardly see. Let's start off with a Ruthless Aggression figure. So, Ruthless Aggression had far fewer points of articulation. They've always been a bit chunkier, these figures, and yeah, no different here. You can see even Hurricane Helms stands way above both Penta and Fenix. They've got far more points of articulation, and yeah, the detailing is a lot more involved than what you'd get. Paint-wise, yeah, it's about the same as what you'd expect from the old Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's move him out of the way, actually, and let's move on to the Jakks Deluxe Aggression, which were considerably fucking huge. So as you can see, they are definitely not in scale with the Jakks Ruthless Deluxe Aggression lines. They've got more points of articulation and far better articulation, apart from the legs. For some reason, Jakks always did fucking amazing with the legs. I don't know why. Everything else is sort of like, yeah. But yeah, far more points of articulation, even compared to the Deluxe. The tattoos look far better than the Deluxe Aggression ones, although they look more faded and realistic in the Deluxe Aggression. It depends on preference, whether you want bright, colourful tattoos or whether you want more quote-unquote realistic-looking ones. Otherwise, detailing's pretty much on par. I would say it's absolutely on par with the detailing. Just, I don't know, smaller scale, more points of articulation, just as well designed. I'm happy with that. Moving on to the Mattel line. Let's take a quick look using a Sin Cara. We're going to pretend this is the good one, the Hunico one, not the fucking Mystico one. And yeah, it's about in scale with the Mattel line. Maybe slightly bigger, actually, all things considered. Yeah. Heads do look slightly bigger, but I think that's because overall they're slightly bigger. I would say they've got about the same amount of articulation, although slightly better, because I like the ball joints as opposed to the simple folding and the twisting, and yeah, it's not too bad. Detailing and paintwork is on par with Mattel, but absolutely would fit in fine with the rest of your WWE Mattel collection. Lastly, but not leastly, let's see how they stack up to the Wicked Cool Toys All Elite Wrestling figures. This is the important one. Oh my god. I did not expect the size discrepancy to be so big. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, these are not in scale with the All Elite figures. These are much, much smaller. They've got less points of articulation than the leg, because I know AEW figures have got double joints on the legs, and I think otherwise they've got that additional shoulder joint, I think, as well. Yes, they do. Okay, so ifs and buts on articulation. You can literally see, and so if I match their legs up, you can see the height difference there, and just the scale of the body. Yeah, okay, these figures are a lot smaller, and probably more in line in keeping with the Mattel line. In terms of detailing, though, yeah, they are on equal footing, if not better. I would, in fact, I might go as far as to say that it's actually slightly better. In terms of tattoos, yeah, I mean, you know, you can see both companies have gone full out with their tattoos. You've got the hands and the arms and the whole 9 yards. If I was going to be very, very picky, I have to say there's more realism in this torso than there is in this torso. It looks more realistic. It looks more like an actual human body than this does. This is like a flat bit of plastic. But okay. In terms of tights, yeah, it's all... I mean, there's additional detailing here, but that's because they use I think that's a kind of a print sticker design, whereas this is actually just less so. I don't know if it's painted on, but it's less detailed. Knee joint actually looks... Oh, you can really see the knee joint now. I'm looking at that and thinking that's a bad knee joint, but it looks fine. So yeah, by comparison to the All Elite lines that I've been looking at recently, yeah, it's on par as far as I'm concerned. Everything that AEW has done, Boss Fight has managed to achieve in equal fashion as far as I'm concerned. You know, there's different bits and pieces and whatnot, but I would say they're comparable, but they're not to scale. Slight issue there, but it is what it is. AEW's line is just significantly bigger. So there you have it. If you want to get these figures, they will not go with your All Elite Wrestling line, but they will fit in with the Mattel scale. So now we've had a look at the figures themselves, I suppose we better look at their corresponding accessory packs. That, well, they're not corresponding, they're just... Fuck it! Give me a moment, we're looking at the accessory packs. Oakley dokley. So, yeah, now we've got them out of the packaging. Let's have a look at the... Go on, let's have a look. Lucha Libre, left to right. So, first thing I noticed getting this out of the packaging is, oh my god, this is the flimsiest fucking table I have ever fucking seen in my entire life. This is... Oh my goggly goodness. This is WCW levels of fucking table. It's bigger. And it obviously... I mean, okay. So there are points there for having the wood finish on the top there, and a little bit of grunginess on the table itself. That's pretty good. It fits together nicely. It's... But these legs are just like, oh, these legs are flimsy as fuck. These are going to snap before the rest of the table does. Surely. Yeah, I'm concerned with that. This is definitely a display piece. I'm actually going to risk putting Penta through the table, just to see how it breaks, because we've got to see how it breaks. No, okay, I stand corrected. That breaks fine. That's fine, and it looks good. Because most tables, especially for those designed for play, only snap into two, whereas this has an extra piece that springs off and. Okay. On first glance, I was concerned. I'm actually going to be won over on this, if I can get it back together again. Yeah, the detailing in the splintering as well is really nice. It's alright. Okay, no, Boss Fight, I take it back. This is actually a fairly decent table. I'm won over by that. That's really well designed. Next in this, obviously, we have the Singapore cane and the light tube, so exactly the same as what we got with the figures. Nice and stiff, nice and well designed, lots of grunge, lots of dirty looks. Definitely looks like Lucha Underground style materials there. Moving on, we have a barbed wire baseball bat, which we've seen many a time before and many a different design. This is very nice. It's one single piece of moulded plastic. Paintwork kind of bleeds out a little bit. Come on, we need to focus. Focus. God fucking damn it. You can kind of see the paintwork sort of bleed out onto the wood from the barbed wire. the silver goes onto the wood. But okay, we can forgive it, because from a distance it looks the business. Nice design on the bat as well. Very well sculpted, very well moulded. I approve. That's a decent looking baseball bat. We've then got this sickle busted thing that they sometimes use, and yeah, it's fairly stiff actually. It's pretty good, well designed, nice and thick. Phoenix, drop your Singapore cane thing, and will you go in there easily? You will not. Okay. Yeah, it's not. It will. I think if I pop it in the end, just to sort of give it a bit of a maybe. Yeah. Okay. So it is designed to fit in the hands, just with a bit of perhaps warm them up a little bit, because this plastic does work better if you warm it up and loosen it. But yeah, it's designed to be held. I'm sure if you really tried to, you could definitely get the hand inside of the blade and actually be able to use that. And yeah, if you've never seen them use that in Mexico, Jesus Christ, they don't fuck about with this thing. They're vicious, nasty bastards down south of the border. Next we have some barbed wire, which is very unique. It's designed hook and loop to sort of link together. You only get 4 bits, which is a shame, but you know, I can't be bothered. But yeah, it's a very, very dark grey design. The barbs themselves are... You can feel a little bit of sharpness to them, but they're very soft, very rubbery. It's a very soft rubber on this. It's very, very flexible. Looks the business. If we compare that to, say, can I get a strand off? No, I can't get a strand off. AEW's barbed wire. AEW's barbed wire is a lot bigger, but it's not as detailed. It really isn't. Because the barbs on the AEW... No, didn't quite get that off. They're just little nodules, and they're really stiff, hard plastic. Oh, of course, now you decide to come off. Now I'm done showing you off. Fuck you. But yeah, this is really nice and detailed barbed wire. This is lovely. It's a shame there isn't more of it. In fact, if I can grab... No! Yes! It's all tangled up with everything else. Ah! But yeah, this is the other barbed wire I used to use, which is the Rubber War Games barbed wire, which has got some detailing to it, which is quite nice. This is definitely... Again, I go back to comparing it to WCW. I think this is better than even the WCW barbed wire that came with Hardcore Hack. So I'm most impressed with this barbed wire, and I wish there was more of it, if anything. And lastly, we have ourselves a replaceable head, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'm ever actually going to use unless Boss Fight Studios, because they're very good with their custom characters. If they release a standard wrestling figure for us to create our own designs, I may purchase. Otherwise, this is just a spare head, which won't fit in. Literally, there's no wrestling figure this can fit in as far as I'm aware. It looks bloody amazing though. I fucking love it. But I would never... nowhere for me to use it, and that's a shame. It's a real damn shame. That's a nice little set anyway. Let's move on to the Lucha Extrema set, which by comparison looks a bit flat compared to the other one, I have to say. But hey ho, here we go. Nice big chunky cinder block. This is... I don't know if it's... Is it meant to come apart? It looks like it should... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's nasty. With the rebars in and everything. Oh, I like. Nice, big, heavy, chunky bit of plastic there. That is a good cinder block. That's why this has got less stuffing, because that's a nice, big, chunky bit of plastic. Let's have a quick look at the other heads. Exactly the same design as the previous one, just without the Mexican flag on it and just having red and white. Shame that they are identical apart from colorations, but is what it is. Let's have a look at this 2x4. Nice big chunky bit of plastic, will snap with any sort of pressure. Good sculpting on it though. Good moulding, good sculpting, we like it. It looks like a plank of wood, looks like it can do some damage. Very nice. Nightstick. Boring. it's just a nightstick. It's fine. It does the job, and I don't know what to say. It's a fine bit of kit. I mean, I'm sure it's been used plenty of times in their matches, but it's just a nightstick. The microphone. Let's have a quick look at the microphone. yeah, that's some nice detailing. It's got the little switch on it, the red handle, a triangular frame, and the muff on the top. It looks fine, decent. It's a bit bent in the packaging, but what you can do, it's fairly soft rubber. It's fine as far as microphones go. Nothing wrong with that. It does the business. Let's have a look at the chair. Let's see how this stacks up. So this chair, ooh, got its own unique design. I'm doing these completely off frame. I'm completely off focus here. Yeah, remember last time I did an AEW review about their accessory set, and I said everything's flimsy? Yeah, again, this chair is very, very flimsy. Like, the bend on that is rotten. Thin, cheap-feeling plastic. Interesting design on the old mechanism there. Let's have a quick comparison. Let's get a Mattel chair. Oh, this is not Mattel's chair. This is a Jax chair. This is a Jax design chair. Yeah, it's fairly similar. I mean, the Jax is more robust as it goes. Let's have a look. This is AEW chair. This is an AEW chair. You can see it's a slightly different mechanism. Slightly more elegant from Boss Fight, I have to say. It looks more legit and more realistic, but yeah, again, I don't know. I like the robustness of the bigger chairs, but you know, personal preference aside, it's not bad. It's okay. It just feels cheap and nasty, but hey, you know, it's fine. I say it's fine. It won't even stand. I'm just thinking it's not even sitting up properly. Like, that's not how a steel chair should look. Yeah, I don't know if that's an issue with the mechanism there. It looks like it's not rotating on one. I see. It's come out there, right? But then why is it not? Oh no. I don't know. Something's not quite the ticket there. Okay, we'll leave it at that. And lastly, we have ourselves the dog collar. Right, now this is a very nice. This is actual legitimate chain. Not very thick, not very strong. Too much pulling and that's going to fall apart, especially around the very soft rubber it's attached to. This is, again, help if I'm in focus, in frame. Yeah, very soft bit of rubber there. It's going to pull right off that. How would I attach that to the figures? There's no way to uncouple this on the thing, so I'm literally going to have to pull the fucking heads off the figures to put these on. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, God, I've got to do this, haven't I? No, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to pull the heads off. I don't like pulling the heads off things. So, yeah, it loses points for that, for having to remove heads to do it. But otherwise, it's a decent dog collar. It looks good. Yeah, the collar itself is nice and sculpted, but again, it's not for play. This is for display. So overall, taking a look at the accessory sets, yeah. The Lucha Extrema set has got some nice ideas. I don't think you're losing out by not getting it. I mean, the cinder block's lovely, but how often do you want a cinder block in your wrestling displays? And the dog collar's nice, but impractical. So I don't know if that's really worth getting. The Lucha de la Muerte set is nice. I tell you what, if it didn't come with the light tube and the Singapore cane, although additional light tubes are never, you know, can't go amiss with them, I would be really happy with that, because, you know, a barbed wire baseball bat's pretty cool. The sickle's a unique weapon that you don't very often see with these wrestling figures. The barbed wire's lovely, and the table, like I said, as much as it's flimsy as all fuck, it's won me over. It really has. So, if you can only get one, get the De La Muerte set. If you want to get both, yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. They're in scale with the figures, which is nice, but unless you're looking at collecting, like, the whole wave of these Legends of Lucha Libre sets, then, I don't know, it's just, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? I don't know. So, yeah, this is the first in the ongoing now line of Legends of Lucha Libre sets. Will I be looking to get more of these? Bottom line, I if they haven't planned any more accessory packs, which is fine, because I don't know if I'm going to get any more accessory packs. These are a bit sort of hit and miss, and I can probably live without what they create. However, in terms of the actual figures, yeah, they're making a Taya Valkyrie, a Juventud Guerrera, they're making a classic Conan. I'm on board. Boss Fight Studios, for all the trouble and strife they've had, everything should now be resolved, and from here on out, it should be fine. And I'm unfortunately now going to spend a shitload of money buying Lucha Libre figures on top of everything else, for fuck's sakes. Oh my god, I suck ass. So, yeah. They were the Legends of Lucha Libre from Boss Fight Studios. I've been Tim as TSET, and I shall see you next time we step back between the ropes. Ta-ra for now.